Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everyone. The Honorable our lecturer, Sir Benny Wijaya, and my beloved friends. I'm Okta Jannah from 3BB class. Today, I would like to review a journal article. The title of this journal is Analysis of Public Interest in Online Tourism in the Middle of the COVID-19 Pandemic. The author of this journal are Sugeng Santoso, Putri Aprilita Hapsari, Geris Divoasi, and Susilo Edi Prianto. This journal is a journal tourism and hospitality. The volume number of this journal is 3, issue number is 1, and the page from 1 until 11. This journal was published in 2021.
Okay, I will explain all of the material from this journal article. The first material is about introduction. There are two main points of introduction. The first is about coronavirus. Pandemic coronavirus 2019 or COVID-19, first identified in December 2019, the World Health Organization has declared that since January 2020, the world has entered a global emergency regarding the coronavirus. The spread occurs throughout the world and has an impact on various industrial sectors, one of which is COVID-19, have a major impact on the economic aspect, especially in the tourism industry. This makes the government cause the operational activity of tourism, such as educational tourism, entertainment tourism, nature tourism, and culture tourism. This forced travel agents to be able to find ways so that the business they have established remains stable and continues to run as it should, and people who are at home can still get entertainment and can still travel even if only at home. This can also provide opportunity for people to be able to take advantage of technology even more deeply by using the latest innovation in the world of technology. For example, people can do a virtual tours held by several agents in Indonesia. The second point is travel agents and startup companies make every effort to improve the company's operational performance. Operational performance is very important in a company because operational performance greatly affects the process of creating an activity and quality product or service so that the company gets an increase in profit from the operational performance. The operational performance process, which can be in the form of product or service, can be conveyed to the wider community through effective technology and innovation. The technology used can be tied to virtual feature or application. During the pandemic, health protocol and quality in tourism operation are very important. This affects consumer consideration for taking vacation and tour outside the home. The second material is about literature review. In the section, there are three main points. The first point is about tourism. The Law of the Republic of Indonesia number 10 in 2009 explained that the tourism is an activity with various kinds of tourism and it's supported by facility and service provided by entrepreneurs, central government, communities, and local governments. The law number 10 2009 explained too about tourism business. Tourism business is a business activity that provides product and service to meet the needs of tourists or people who want to vacation and organize tourism activity. The following are businesses that are in the tourism sector. A. Transportation service, business activity that provide transportation or vessel for tourism needs and activity. For example, rental cars, motorbikes, buses, boats, and planes. B. Tourist attraction. Activity of this business is managing a tourist place such as natural tourism, cultural tourism, artificial or boat tourism that can be an attraction for people to visit. C. Organizer of entertainment and recreation activity. The activity is related to art performance, cinemas, game arenas, and related to entertainment activity and recreational activity aimed at tourism. D. Culinary service, business activity that provide consumer need in the form of food and beverage, such as cafes, restaurants, and food stalls. E. Travel service, business activities carried out by agents or travel service bureaus in the form of travel planning, ticket reservation, visa making service, booking accommodation, and processing travel documents. F. Accommodation provide service, a business activity that provide lodging in the form of hotels, resorts, hotel homestay, guest house, and villas. G. Meeting organizing service. This business activity provide lodging in the form of hotels, resorts, homestay, guest house, and villas. H. Information service. Activities to provide information in the form of data, videos, photos, research, and result on tourism. I. Mountain, lake, village, and culture, which is disseminated through social media and print form, for example, Wonderful Indonesia. The last is J. Water tourism is an entertainment and recreational activity related to water sport like swimming, banana boating, and paragliding, and water, wall climbing, flying fox, and frozen. The second point is about community interest. People have backgrounds and motives to use a goods or service and fulfill their needs. Technology has become one of the greatest interests among the public. The application of digital technology is included as a source of innovation opportunity that result in business processing reengineering. Therefore, a number of bureaucrats in developed countries have tried to apply this concept to government organizations with the ultimate goal of improving the quality of institutional performance, especially in the facing various challenges in the area of globalization. The existence of technology is very helpful for people to meet their needs. Therefore, efficiency in technology operation is of great concern to the public. A. Ease of access. The ease of using a technology, including the operational system, can make consumers feel satisfied with technology. B. Website design that can be attractive to potential consumers, namely the design that fits the function, the design of the presentation of the information, and the design of the aesthetic. The aesthetic design can be in the form of color, letters, animation, background, etc. C. Payment system. Payment can be defined as the process or method of transferring money from the giver of money to the recipient of the money. Transaction rate, e-commerce, public digital advertising spending itself is a digital economic marketing strategy implemented by the tourism industry. Through the collaboration with various financial institutions, the facilitated payment system, such as BRI through Briva Payments, and in collaboration with digital payment applications such as OVO, GoPay, and Jannah. The last is health protocol. Tourism is an activity carried out by tourists. If the tourist activity are carried out safely, comfortably, and in accordance with the health protocol of the Health Ministry regulation, it can be considered by the community in making tourism decisions. The last point of literature review is innovation readiness level and technology readiness level. Innovation is a series of research and or development activity as a practical application of new scientific value and context in applying existing science and technology into product or service. Tourism as one of the sectors affected by the pandemic COVID-19 make an effort to increasing innovation to restore the economic condition of tourism. Innovation readiness level is a measuring tool or method used to provide an estimate of the readiness of technology innovation from technological innovation program in companies, research and development institutions, and university in terms of various aspects including technology, market, organization, partnership, risks, manufacturing, and investment. There are 6 passes in the Katsinov method as a measure of the level of innovation readiness, which is as follows. A. Concept. is the path where the idea generation through the basic scientific principles of the innovation has been observed and reported. Then the critical function and or characteristic have been conferred through experience. B. Component is the path when components have been developed and validated and prototype have been developed to demonstrate the technology to be introduced. C. Solution. The stage where technological developments and breakthroughs have been completed and the complete functioning of the system has been proven through field trial. D. Chasm is the stage when the innovation is first introduced to the market early stage. At this stage is a step journey that every innovator must go through to determine how much acceptance of product innovation in the market. The last is E. Competition. The pace of market maturity or the achievement of an equilibrium stage characterized by the absence of significant growth. The main mission in the stage is to maintain and improve innovation to overcome the competition. The third materials is about research method. This study used a qualitative descriptive research designed with a cross-sectional approach. The method used in the study is a survey method in which information is obtained from respondents who are collected empirically to obtain opinions from some of population on the object of research. Researchers conducted a primary survey by making a list of questions to be asked to respondents through filling out a questionnaire. Based on the analysis group, this study used a samples analysis of the Indonesia population living in Jakarta, Bogor, Depok, Tangerang, and Bekasi or Jabodetabek. Based on the time, this research used the approach cross-sectional. Approach cross-sectional is research with the process of collecting and measuring variables carried out at the same time or point-the-time approach. This approach was chosen because it has a relatively faster processing time and has a smaller dropout risk compared to other approaches. The fourth material is about result and discussion. In the result and discussion material, there are 5 tables of the results of the data processing, from research conducted using the survey method to obtain overall result and in a relatively short lead time. Table number 1 is about the result of data processing based on respondent profile. Based on the table above, it can be seen that the majority of respondents who filled out the questionnaire were female, as many as 59 respondents, or 71.1%, and the rest were male, as many as 24 respondents, or 28.9%. It can also be seen that the majority of respondents who filled out the questionnaire were 20 until 30 years old, with a total of 32 respondents, or 38.6%. Meanwhile, 27 respondents aged 31 until 40 years old, or 32.5%, and 24 respondents aged more than 40 years old, or 28.9%. The majority of respondents have married status, as many as 50 respondents, or 60.2%, and the rest have unmarried, with a total of 33 respondents, or 39.8%. Of the 83 respondents who filled out the questionnaire, most of the respondents work as civil servants, with a total of 30 respondents, or 36.1%. A total of 25 respondents, or 30.1%, were private employees. As many as 8 respondents, or 9.6%, are students. 7 respondents, or 8.4%, are BUMN employees. 3 respondents, or 3.6% are entrepreneurs, and the remaining 10 respondents, or 12.2%, answer other. Of the most respondents live in the Jabodetabek area with a total of 74 respondents, or 89.2%, and the remaining 9 respondents, or 10.8%, live outside Jabodetabek. Table number 2 is about the result of data processing based on market condition. From the table 2, it can be seen that the majority of respondents last traveled less than 1 year ago with a total of 25 respondents. A total of 24 respondents last traveled in the past 6 months. Meanwhile, 15 respondents said that the last time they traveled was 1 month ago. 13 respondents had their last trip a year ago, and 6 respondents traveled in a week. It can also be seen that the majority of respondents travel with their family, as many as 57 respondents. Furthermore, as many as 18 respondents travel with friends, as many as 6 respondents travel with a parent or girlfriend, and as many as 2 respondents travel alone. Of the 83 respondents who fill out the questionnaire. Table number 3 is about the results of data processing based on travel intensity. Based on the results of data processing related to the intensity of community tourism in the study, there was a significant decrease before the onset of the pandemic COVID-19 in Indonesia. The majority of respondents have a domestic tourism intensity in the frequent category, 3 until 4 times in a year. As many as 41 respondents. In addition, the intensity of respondents overseas tourism before the pandemic COVID-19 excels in the category of infrequent intensity, 1 until 2 times in a year. As many as 41 respondents. This condition has changed significantly after the pandemic COVID-19 in Indonesia. This has an impact of decreasing the intensity of community tourism, both domestic and foreign tours. Table 3 shows during the pandemic COVID-19, the majority of respondents have domestic tourism intensity in the rare category, 1 until 2 times in a year. As many as 49 respondents, then followed by tourism intensity in the never category, as many as 27 respondents. Meanwhile, for the intensity of overseas tourism during the pandemic COVID-19, majority by the category never travel in a year, as many as 68 respondents. Table number 4 is about the result of data processing based on online tourism products. The result of the study based on the table 4 above show that the majority of respondents have heard of online tourism, as many as 64 respondents. The majority of respondents obtained source of information about online tourism through social media, as many as 46 respondents, followed by source information originating from friends or family, as many as 16 respondents. Based on the data, the research respondents' knowledge of online tourism is quite high. Furthermore, it was found that the majority of respondents had tried online tourism platform, as many as 67 respondents, consisting of travel entrepreneurs, Outrein, Dufan, and other online travel agents. Furthermore, respondents with their experience and knowledge related to online tourism have determined that an important aspect that is considered by respondents in choosing an online tourism platform is the ease of access and ordering, where this aspect was chosen by 54 respondents. The next important aspect is affordable price or promotion, as many as 11 respondents. Table number 5 is about the results of data processing based on respondents' interest in online tourism. Based on Table 5, it was found that the interest of the respondents in this study towards the development of online tourism was quite high. It is known that the majority of respondents strongly agree that they have longed to be able to travel again after the pandemic COVID-19, as many as 63 respondents. The majority of respondents also state that they strongly agree that respondents wanted safe and comfortable traveling during the pandemic COVID-19, as many as 62 respondents. So that the majority of respondents strongly agree to avoid tourism which require respondents to interact or gather with many people, as many as 41 respondents. However, it is important for the community to continue to meet tourism needs. Based on the data obtained, the majority of respondents strongly agree that the tourism needs during the COVID-19 pandemic are important to remain fulfilled, as many as 42 respondents. Although the majority of respondents state that they somewhat agree to travel in the near future, as many as 30 respondents, but the majority of respondents state that they strongly agree with their interest in trying online tourism, as many as 26 respondents. The next material is about analysis of technology readiness level and innovation readiness level. Applicable technology level, or TRL, is a measure of the level of readiness of the technology, which is interpreted as an indicator that shows how ready or mature a technology can be applied and adopted by the user or potential user. The last material is about a conclusion. The conclusion of this journal is this research was conducted to determine the public interest, in this case local tourists, towards online tourism as a safe and comfortable alternative for recreation during the pandemic. It can be concluded that the level of public interest in online tourism is quite high. This is because the community considers the urgency to fulfill tourism needs during the COVID-19 pandemic. But on the other hand, it is important for the community to continue pay attention to the applicable health protocol. In the future, online tourism needs to continue to be developed and introduced to the wider community. Of course, judging from the magnitude of the tourist attraction and the importance of recovering Indonesia tourism after the pandemic COVID-19. Okay, that's all of my material in journal article review. If you have a question, comment, and feedback, you may ask via LMS. And thank you for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.